Hello. What the heck is going on here? Who's the live button? Yes, it was me. What time is it? A minute or two early, but it doesn't really matter. It's a welcome to the Monday stream. Boy, fourth stream in a row. I just feel like streaming is basically just part of a habit I do every day. Except unless that day starts with a T. How could anybody stream like that on a day that starts with a T? Unless it's a holiday. Okay. But in my case, Tuesdays and Thursdays are a big no-no. But every other day, got to stream. And in fact, I fly around. I do the big brain games. I play music, that's for sure, every day. Got to do that every day. Let's see what else we got here going on. Welcome to today's Kench Niner stream. I still got the leftover Santa Claus related Diet Coke cans here. And they were cheaper, slightly. We love the people at the Diet Coke Corporation of America. Sharp. No, it's about the same. They provide a very consistent brown effervescent fluid for us to enjoy on one per day basis. That's still 365 cans a year, I would imagine, roughly. You know what I mean? Saying maybe plus or minus. It's in that range. Let's see what else is happening today. Right, so I'm not building the. You know what I didn't do last time on at the end of yesterday's show, because I was tired. You know, it was 3 hours of that, and then I was building Legos. I didn't show the finished Lego, not the finished. What I've gotten to. It's not done yet. You'll see. Get there though. It's gonna fall apart on me. It's R2D2, partially R2D2. He's got his little arm that can kind of fold in and out there. That's the front of him. Okay, the front of his little noggin, I think, is going to be here. Okay, that's the front of the face, effectively. You can kind of see the bottom. So one of the legs is done. It's going to eventually, I guess, connect to the other one here, sort of. And then these kind of are a little free swinging, but they have some limit. But these are the feety things there. It's kind of cool. Hey, science. So all we have is we have 3 more bags because there's one more whole leg to build, obviously. You don't want a one-legged R2D2. And then I think there's a couple of accessory things. There's a bunch of accessory things you can stick on to various places. But yeah, it's coming along pretty well. And it's a good size. It's a good size for display for the R2D2. Lots of little fun, little interesting, weird details in the leg there. That looks a little more even, I think. It's fun. All right, so we're gonna fly around today somewhere, probably, but no Lego. Lego. No. Not going to build Lego today. Not going to build Lego Wednesday. It adds a whole hour to the stream. I just don't have that kind of time. Friday will be the next Lego build. Hopefully finish it. I don't, might as well. So Friday will be a nice long afternoon stream. Be flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Going to whip out the beautiful Bluetooth controller. Also, I have this freshly poured glass of Diet Coke from a can into a glass with ice. It's just our little ritual. Please join in if you like. If you don't want to also, why would you? If you hate me, then don't have Diet Coke. Let me put it that way. All right, so we're going to fly in Microsoft Simulator. Okay, I'm just describing the stream in case anybody's curious. Do that for about 35, 45, 55, some probably in that range, 45 minutes or so. Fly around Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, I said that right. Then there's going to be the big brain games. We're probably not going to do well today because I could already tell I'm feeling a little fuzzy. We'll see how it goes. That's me playing the Quirtle, the Revealed. You can stick around and help if you want. The reunion, the tightrope trivia, the New York Times connections puzzle, and the Octurtle 8 words. Then there'll be a short break, and then today's, if you notice the title, I believe it says Rocksmith Base Day, and I'm kind of excited to report. I went to the store. I physically traveled. I didn't actually physically travel, but I went to the DLC store for Rocksmith on my computer and bought a bunch of songs. I've never played them before. It'll be my first time. Obviously, songs I know, but not ones I've ever attempted to play on bass before. And I'm gonna, and I have no idea. Some of these are probably kind of hard, and some of these are probably medium, but nothing. None of them are gonna be. It's a bunch of. There's a collection I think of either 5 Green Day songs in there, which you've never heard me done. I don't have any Green Day. I don't think I have either the Green Day add-ons. But today we're gonna play some Green Day on the bass and some other new songs that I just kind of on a whim. Picked out of the store. You know, they're like $3 each. So it's like, it was like $26 for a bunch of songs. So that'll be new songs for the base day. And then that's going to be a stream till next time. But meanwhile, I'd like to get started flying. As usual, I don't really have a plan. If I had to plan any one time, I'd have to plan every single time. You know what I mean? I don't want to plan any one time. But we haven't been to where is it? We haven't been to the Jurassic Park place in a while. Oh yeah, it's here. Where are the islands of Jurassic Park? It's one of them is here. That's Isla Muerta. I think Isla Nublar is here, right? No, that's this one. That's Isla Sorna. Where's Isla Nublar? This one here. All right, because I'm thinking I haven't been there a while. We paid money for it. Let's see. I paid good money for it, so if I'm not using it, I'm not going to be in the F-117. Let's just flip over to the Tia Ascendance, since I think it's a good dinosaur hunter. It's either that or the Tanarg. Let's go with the Ascendance. Oh yeah, we got to configure it. There's only one useful color, which for some reason they call bubble. It's pink. I believe they meant to call it bubble gum, but they couldn't figure out the last 3 letters. So they just called it bubble. I'm not complaining. It's not an expensive machine. All right, we're going to start off from this. There's 3 runways. The big one is to the south. Then there's 2 little ones. We'll start from the northeast one, the one on the northeast. Hello. And again, you can cold start this, but it's an electric hybrid. It basically it's just push a few buttons and it starts. I'm going to skip the cold starting. Yeah, we haven't flown around. It's been a couple months since we got to do Jurassic Park content. At least a couple months, 4 or 5 months. I'm just feeling it. Hopefully it'll start loading in. It looks like it's definitely taking a bit of effort to get that going. All right, so here we are in the Ascendance. Tia Ascendance. I think they're trying to get these things working. It's a hybrid aircraft. It uses electric motors to power all of its stuff, but it uses hybrid gas turbines located in the back there for them to create the electricity. It doesn't have batteries. It's actually fossil fuel dependent. It's kind of a weird combination of things. All right, so let's see if we add a little power here. We're in hover, so we're adding a little power, right? There we go. Takes a little while. You add a little power, and it will hover. It's very stable. It's like a drone. It's not like a helicopter. You gotta wait for the generators to start building power. We got a crosswind here from left to right, but I have a feeling it's not gonna have any effect on us because the game doesn't. Oh, because we're stabilized, you know, we're drone, so it would stabilize. All right, it wants us to click on something here. That parking brake. All right, now we're good configuration. All right, so the main part of the place. This is just a little tiny reservation here. Hey, before we take off, did I turn the weather on? Okay, custom live weather. Okay, so it's not a real place. All right, let's fly around a bit here. A little more power here, and then we move forward. We start moving forward here. And then what we're going to do is basically, you know, at this point we're a drone, but then once we get enough forward speed and altitude here, we can switch to fly mode. And then the plane starts to behave a lot more like an airplane. But yeah, some people like to call this the flying GPU because of all the fans. And it's got a lot of fans. But those fans it's got 8 fans, so the fans are providing lift, but so is the wing surfaces, and then it's got these 2 little propellers that look like toys.
Airspeed.
but that provides
Airspeed.
Hold on, slow down. Oh, I forgot I had full power on there. Okay. Those propellers provide, you know, that's what's moving us forward. It's a beautiful day on Isla Nublar. So there's two islands that have, there's two main islands that have actual dinosaurs. And this is the one that has, the bigger one that has the actual Jurassic Park from the movie, from the Jurassic Park World movie. You know, 'cause there's been a couple different versions of Jurassic Park over the years, not from the original one. But we'll look, we're going to find some dinosaurs. They're not everywhere. They're in limited areas. You kind of have to know where to find them, where to look. I do have a map that shows them, but I think I know where they mostly are. So we'll check out some dinosaurs. You're going to want to stay nice and low. Because you never know when one might pop up. But you see these cool roads here, which are very emblematic of the roads that you see in Jurassic Park. They'll just look like dots from the side, even though they're big dinosaurs. Oh yeah, here's the monorail station right there, or train station. There's a bunch of them, and there is a working monorail that's going on here. It's kind of cool. Because you know, eventually, sometimes you want around, it's like, you will see a train running around. There's two trains in it. This is a very nice looking area. Yeah, I haven't been in this plane, and we haven't done the Jurassic Park content, so it just is what it is. There's always going to be something to explore around here. It's really interesting little areas. I mean, it's a whole huge island. I've been on the inland. I just want to check here. There's a little, just a dock here, but I don't think there's anything out here, right? Here. Oh, but you know what is out here? Before I forget, if you want to see the velociraptors, they're up here. Because they keep the velociraptors in a special pen. It's located far away that they can't get out of, you know. That's the idea, at least. Because otherwise they'd get out and kill all the other dinosaurs. Alright, let's see if I can actually figure out, rather than actually pausing the game, can I go into hover mode and we actually fly, kind of hover into these this pen where they're keeping the velociraptors. It's the raptor paddock, in case you were confused. But it's all the way on the far side. Whenever you switch modes, it tends to maximize your, tends to mess with your yeah, so this is where they keep the raptors, the velociraptors. And it's really tiny. So let's check them out while we're here. This is the first one. This is one of the harder ones to find, too. There's really nothing around. Okay, we're going down at negative 700 feet per minute. We're going down. We're going down. Bring up the power. Should be able to establish power. Much. They're in this whole thing here, which is cool because it kind of has this transfer area where they can transfer them to this holding pen, and there's a separate door for them to get into the main area there. So the rest is right down here. So you can kind of see them in there. Well, look at that. Take a look. You can kind of see them in there. First of all, the detailing is really cool. All the stuff you can see the overhead. But they're kind of wandering around in here. There's one there. One there. There's two there. Hanging out. There's one over here. I think there's 4 or 5. There's 3. That might only be 3. But yeah, so there's your velociraptors, which you won't see anywhere else in the park. But we're going to see Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's go over to the park. All right. Yeah, power. Yeah, they're in there wandering around. It's just really nicely done detailing, so I like to check it out. All right, let's go check out the main park. There's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's that that whale thingy. Yeah, it's not a whale because whales are mammals and dinosaurs predate mammals. Okay, we're gonna have to this speed and then we hit the fly button, and that makes us go into wanting to fly. Okay, and then watch out because it always maximizes your power. You guys see how they built fences along these very steep areas here. Really, a lot of engineering distance. It's a huge island. It's a structure, road. I guess they're supposed to be electric fences. But it's cool, yeah. I mean, you have to pay, I think, $20 for this content, so we're using it. That's possible. I mean, I'm not going to go here every day, but I'll come here a lot. I always like the vibe. Alright, let's watch our speed. We're doing good. We're going to stay nice and low. There are areas where the dinosaurs are in herds, wandering outside, but then there's a bunch of areas where they're enclosed, and they're always in one place. I don't think there are over here. Yeah, not right here. I'm also keeping my eye out to see if we see the train. It's always kind of fun to watch the train. But it's a pretty complicated system. You see, it kind of goes here, and then there's this dome on the left. We'll check out the dome later. But we're about to effectively, magically, in a distance for the park. There's a bunch of flying dinosaurs there. We can check that out later. But then this is the park here. Jurassic Park. Oh yeah, so we're also going to go into hover mode here. Hover mode. So there's the area there where they keep the water coalescing or whatever. And then there's like the hotels and stuff are over there, or on the other side there on the other side. You can see the monorail coming in sometimes. But then like the amusement park area, there's like water slides and stuff is here. So if you wait long enough, we should be able to see the distinctive trail of the whale duty. The whale duty. It's like every minute or so, the whale will pop out and do a little belly flop there for the crowd. You can see it off in the distance there. It's just a wake at this point. So you can see it coming around there. It's going to kind of go underwater and it's going to go in deep. It's going to come out there. So it looks like from here. Oh, we're going down too fast. You can just see the wake of it, but it's down there. Now we're perfectly hovering. Like a drone. There it is, coming there. Top of it. It's big. Pop out here. So they should put a sheep or something in there. As bait. There it goes. Yeah, eat the sheep. It's gonna eat us too. It flops in. It's not bad. I like it. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, you guys want to see a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Sure you do. It's over here in the Rex heat pattern here. There she is down there. Lower here. descend. Descending into the, I don't think I've done this one before. I'm trying to avoid, freezing time. And actually, using the drone capabilities to descend up close. There it is down there. There she is. They're supposed to make sounds, but I don't know if they'd be loud enough to, if our plane's kind of too loud to hear. You hear like a Tyrannosaurus yelling on them. From this distance, it's probably the best distance. You get a little too far up close and they start looking a little computer generated. Pretty cool. Anyway, so you've seen the Tyrannosaurus Rex. All right. That's all it really does. But anyway, there's the whole water. There's a water park here. There's like the whole experience here where they talk about how they make the dinosaurs in there. There's like a water park here. Of course, humans aren't allowed in there. This is dinosaurs only. It's for the dinosaurs, all right? And then the resorts. Probably the Meg is getting ready to. Or the Casino of Dawn, or whatever it's kind of getting ready to do this thing again. Pretty though. The resorts are attractively modernistic. All right, let's go see some herds of dinosaurs out in the wild. To do that, we're going to go back into fly mode. It's not too far, but it's a ways. Whee! Don't hit the trees. It's not a ways, it's just out here in this little valley out here. You can find it by following the monorail. But there's a bunch of Triceratops and not Brontosaurus, the smaller ones. I kept forgetting what they're called. I'm trying to see if I can see where the train is. I mean, there's a lot of track and there's only 2 trains, so you often will not find it. But it's out there. There's 2 of them. Alright, so the herds outside that are wandering around in the wild up here come in nice and low. So we can check them out. See them up ahead here. Wandering around somewhere around here. We gotta get free though. Too fast. On the other side of this fence, I don't know, somewhere around here. We'll find them. They're up here. Some of them are. Alright, let's go into hover mode here. So we can hover around the dinosaurs. Right, so the Stegosauruses, right, are those guys. Those guys. And then the kind of the ones, we'll get more. The ones that look like Brontosauruses that are smaller and have a different head shape. They're around here somewhere too. We'll check out the Stegosauri. It takes a while to establish a negative rate of flying. A little while to stabilize it. You've got to learn it. Small adjustments to the throttle. You can see the Stegosauruses up close. That's them. Cool looking. Dinosaurs are, I know, they're fun. It's kid content, you know. Okay, so where are those guys with the long kind of heads around here somewhere? They're all kind of spread out in this area. Up here, there's a bunch more. Those are more Stegosauruses. So, yeah, there they are. Okay, where are we going here? Where are those other coming? Well, I think they're back this way. This side here. Gotta check out. Right? I'll find them. Yeah, like the guys with the long necks over here. Again. there's about 10, there's like 11, I think, kinds of dinosaurs. So there's 2 flying kinds, and there's 2 of these kinds, but these are the small ones. The brontosauruses are on a different island. But they're still pretty darn big. But they're cool looking too. More dinosaurs. Alright, I've had enough dinosaurs on them. Well, I mean, these are right here. Alright, let's fly around a bit more. I think there's some stuff. Let's just fly around a bit and see what we see. I think we've basically seen what there is. There's the big dome. There's a couple of the facilities on this island. There's 2 other airports. You just fly around to the big airport. This plane really gets going when it gets going, when we get into fly mode here. Definitely takes a lot of work on the throttle work is what I want to say. Kind of like work to adjusting a throttle more than other planes. Even I would say. I don't have my throttle thing connected up because I'm playing. Oh yeah, there's some more down here. Whoop. Oh, there's more Stegosauruses. These are Stegosauri. They're on different. This is basically the same area here. They're all over there. Tall dudes are around here somewhere. They like neat stuff. I think. They usually come in pairs. Okay, and then you got a bunch of roads. There's more of those fences. Keep those guys in the area. Then you got the other small. You fly to Bar West. The other small airfields over here. It's kind of loud once you get the turbine engines going. It's not a quiet plane. As I mentioned, it's not powered by batteries. It's powered by gas turbine generators, and there's 4 of them, and then they make the electricity, which makes the thing go. But it's technically speaking not an efficient way of getting around. The problem with purely battery-powered airplanes is batteries are really heavy. So I mean, to store the amount of energy you can store in a gallon of gasoline, you need a much heavier battery for fuel. And so that's the reason why we do not see electric planes very often. And this would be the same basic situation. It's really not that efficient. If you're going to put 4 gas turbine engines in it, you might as well have a 2-jet engine regular plane. Except for the fact that it can act like a drone and can do things that an electric plane can do. All right, we're going to go down. We're just going to do a little flight here to Isla Nublar South is where the embarkation and debarkation point of the tourists. So the main flights coming in for people who are wanting to visit the park. Oh man, that's some icy Diet Coke. That's very refreshing. But yeah, I may not fly around much today. I'm having a good flight. Hello, how you doing? So that's basically my skepticism. Again, they're trying to. This is based on a real design. They're trying to get it, approved for flight. And then, whereas they may be able to, despite the fact that it has extremely new technology, which always is tough to get, approved. I just don't know if it's a practical thing in the real world. Planes aren't there just to be cool. They're there to solve a problem, get from point A to point B at some level. And I don't know how well this one does really do it. It's very versatile, obviously. You don't need a landing field at any point, like a helicopter. But it definitely, I guess, it moves faster than a helicopter. It might be more efficient to get from point A to point B than a helicopter. I don't know about that. When we come around this way, we can kind of see where the tracks go. It's a beautiful island. Again, it's entirely fictional, and if you didn't pay for this at the Jurassic Park, the Jurassic World, whatever add-on, the Archipelago add-on, you just see empty ocean out here. You'd fly over an empty patch of the ocean southwest of Costa Rica. That's what they're saying. Air taxi. Air taxi is the so kind of the last stretch. You fly into an airport, but then you don't want to have to get into a car like a plane to go to your place. So So you get into one of these, and then it takes you the last 10 miles. So you're not in it for a long period of time. And you're not really going very far, and you're not going to an airport. You're going from an airport to a place that has a, place where it could land a helicopter quickly. But I don't know, So here's Isla Barçal. Let's go a little further on because I want to show you. There's also the. So this is the bigger airport. There's also a ship terminal, like a port, a cruise ship terminal. It doesn't have a terminal, but there's some cool planes down there. And that's a nice little section of the game. We'll check it out a little later. I just want to see where the ships come in. I guess most people visiting the island come on ferries, these fast catamaran ferries. Because they show that. There's one there. So you come on these ferries. They're pretty big. There's a bunch of them in the game. They say Jurassic Park. And then you take the train to your hotel, which is really well thought out. You know what I mean? It's like there's no cars on the island except for the electric cars that are used for tourism. I want to check this out. This looks like they added this road here so people can come to this beach just to enjoy the beach. I like that kind of thing. Again, this is a fictional island. They can do whatever they want, but they put this little nice beach here. All right, let's land our T Ascendants at the airport. More power, please. We'll just look at the airport facilities up close. Again, don't really have to land on the runway. We're a drone. Just put her into hover mode. It's an appropriate time. Watch out for the vast changes to your throttle that are applied automatically. That we do not need. There we go. Come down, descend a little bit here. Coming in for our landing. We're just gonna hover in though. I mean, yeah, it would be cool. The other thing, the issue with air taxis is, do you need a pilot? Because there's only 5 passengers, or I think 5 passengers. But if one of them's the pilot, or 4 passengers, etc. I don't know. It's interesting to see. But yeah, it's believed that the electric air taxi market is quite large, potentially quite large, and that it might become a common thing for people to do. You go to the airport, you arrive, and then take an air taxi to the hotel. Kind of watch your shadow to see where you're coming in there. Park right here. You see what a stable hover here. In the real world, it might be just a really fun kind of ride if you think about it. Let's put our parking brake on, right? There we go. All right, so let's see what it's like to shut it down. I believe to shut it down, you turn off the engine throttles. Can I don't know if, yeah, you can't access one of them from there, but you can access it from here. Okay, so cutting down those. Turn off battery. Avionics, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's kind of a weird bug where you can turn the battery off, but eventually what happens is when the engine's shut down like this, eventually they stop providing power, and then they'll turn off, but not until then. You'll see, okay, eventually everything slows down. You see those things slowing down. It's still beeping, but once the engine's shut down, there's no electrical power. It's not like it has a big battery or anything. So it will turn off, right? Let's see. It takes a little while. Engine generator. does show them shut down. Yeah, it takes a while. They are slowly coming to their, and then once it takes a long while, and then I believe in a second that panel will shut down and it'll stop beeping. But I don't know. I don't remember 100% sure. But you can see the fans are coming to a stop. The engines are providing no power. Oh, guess then you can turn the battery off. Okay. Got it. All right, it is what it is. All right, so I was gonna say this area here is worth a little bit of exploration. It's a completely custom. It's not a real world place. But you can see it says InGen. InGen is the name of the company. You know, the company that creates the dinosaurs. You know, for Jurassic Park, or it's the same company. And it's got one of these kind of armored bunkers that could be it looks like a generator, but I mean, look at that door. Maybe I don't know what's in there. You never know. Then there's a lot more industrial stuff, more like cargo terminal, and then a passenger terminal would be here. So you see people are definitely coming in. All right, the VIP terminal, because the regular plebes are coming in on the boat, but the VIPs are coming in using the private jets. Kind of cool. It says Legacy 500. Okay, so that's the VIP area, and then there's this whole other. This is a hangar. Beware propellers, and I think it even has a dinosaur. No, I don't remember now. Over here, beware propellers. I don't really know what that means. You can kind of see in the back here, and then they have vans, and these would be for transporting VIPs to the park because they're not going to take the road. I don't think we can get inside, right? It doesn't quite let you go in, or at least not in this mode. But you can still see there's like a dinosaur egg. Yeah, you can see what's in there. Air conditioning. There's the control tower. That's an emergency slide for the control tower, I think. I don't know how that works. Get up to the roof if you need to. Really detailed. Beautiful day on Isla Nublar. And there's our beautiful pink bubblegum AT Ascendants. I guess it's a French company. Pretty wild plane. All right, let me see if I can get a screenshot, because that pink always pops, with this tropical background here. All right, screenshot time. But man, is there going to be a lot of streaming to do. Even if I don't do more flight simulating today, there'll be more. Wednesday, I was going to say tomorrow, but of course we know tomorrow starts with a T, so it can't be tomorrow. Right, okay, big brain games. I'm going to switch over to the just chatting category for the purpose of those. Let's get out of this. We're going to quit out of here. Main menu. Quit to desktop. Let's bring up my big brain game #1. That's not it. I pushed the right button, Max. Push the button. Here, I did. I pushed a button. Interesting. What is going on here? I'll figure it out. Give me a second here. All right. So, okay. Big brain game #1 is the Quirtle. Just a kind of a warm-up game. We're going to do the Quirtle. And I always have the same 3 starting words for all of these 5-letter word games, including the Wordle today, which was pretty easy, not super easy. But I always do that as first thing where I got a bunch of things here. Oof. Let's see. And then this couldn't go over here. We got nothing. Oof. Well, I'm gonna have to guess some things. I'm gonna guess tiara. Isn't that a word? Tiara. Apparently it is a word. Okay, for the upper left. Now we know where I knew it was this T8 blank A. Now where's the N? Let's guess. I mean, look, we don't have to all do it. Let's just twang. It could be twang. Oh, could have been twang, but it's not. How about thank? THANK. Okay, that's good because we needed the H and the K. Okay, so this, on the lower right, we're gonna get STI, and now that I know it's not stink or sting, it's got to be stint. Like, a job. Okay, last one is going to be starts with an S, has an R, could be sever. Let's just guess sever. All right, game number 1 is in the can. We succeeded. It says congrats. Again, these are free games you can do. I'm not going to do the weekly challenge though. It's just an extra weekly random Quordle game. But let's do the next game that I like to do, which in this case is the Revealed. It's from our friends, the fine folks at Britannica.com. Okay, animals in nature, 7 letters is the correct answer. But what is the correct answer? Let's read the heavily redacted document and see if we can figure it out. Okay, the thing we're looking for, blank, in animals in nature, is any of blank species of large blank blank that live predominantly in the blank and blank, classified in the families blank blank and blank blank blank, in the order blank. All of the blank and some of the blank blank have blank blank, a blank that prevents blank from blank with blank when the blank reach inside blank. Most blank have a large blank in the blank blank and can go for long periods without blank to a blank blank lifestyle. Go for long periods without what? A species of large, what are this? What's this world? Birds. Well, it's 7 letters. Penguin? No, it's not penguin. You can guess as many times as you want for free. That doesn't do anything. Okay, large something birds live predominantly in the blank, classified in the families. Let's see what else we can figure here. The fence most long to a blank blank. Reach inside. Maybe something about nesting. What is this thing here? Ostrich. Well, that is always interesting. Might as well. It does have 7 letters, and it kind of fits. Yeah, kind of fits. It didn't, but guesses are free, and it does have 7 letters. It's large birds of some kinds. What are their large birds? Penguins are large birds. Ostriches are large birds. Albatross wouldn't fit. Eagle is thing. Osprey is 6 letters. All right, let's see what else we'll say. What was the vulture? Speech of large is. Hey, it's 7 letters. Let's just wheel. Yeah. Wow, you're good at this. Carrion eating birds. Well, we went through the large birds that have 7 letters, basically, and it's a word. All right, that's good. We needed only 1 revealed, thanks to Hobie Gal today, who is turning out to be very helpful in the big brain games. As again, this particular game, I think we would have got it. So I mean, in case, but it is what it is. Other players, it's about average for difficulty. And there's a picture of a vulture, if you're wondering. I guess I buy it. I buy that it's a vulture. All right, the next game is the tightrope trivia quiz. It's reset from yesterday's horrible. Let's just do this. It's this 9-question, blah blah blah, timed. This should be the easier one. It's only the size of a grape at birth. I think that's the roux, right? Yeah. 7 letters is pretty common for a bird name. It promoted as a country-made Godzilla citizen in 2015. A citizen? Godzilla can vote? Apparently. Conductor, electrify, and charge. Ben Franklin? These are the Monday ones. They're easier. Painted spider, the barred windowsill, French asylum. It's got to be Starry Night, because we all know Vince Van Gogh was not the most had mentally. All right, wins in private. Had one built in her house. For some reason, that took me longer than it should have. Because U.S. Open's tennis, and they weren't. Other people weren't tennis players. Oh well, that'd be Amazon. For some reason, it's always like the easier. This is Monday, so the toga. That's why it prevented active lives. The captain to blank. Relinquish in this case. Okay, vocab. This is who cares. This is the easy quiz of the day. Involved the Dippin' Dots, I believe. Okay. Yay, we crossed the Monday quiz. Woohoo. Are we a clever funambulist? Or we? By we, I mean me and the mouse in my pocket. I don't think so. Walking encyclopedia. It's too easy. I mean, we don't get enough difficulty, bonus points. And time was so-so. 1100 is better than 1040. Still. All right, let's move on. The next game is called The Reunion. It's from Miriam and Webster.com. All right, let's see. We're trying to get this in 17 moves. This is a little bit of it takes a little while to get into the start of this game. Because I'm looking at all the letters. We got some interesting letters here. We got a K. We got a bunch of Y's. Y's are all. There's 3 Y's here. Y's are usually at the end of a letter, end of a word. So it kind of wants me to move a Y. I feel like moving a Y to the lower right is a good strategy. Let's try it. See, it turned green, so it was right. I don't know what the words are, but all I knew is that it's likely that a Y was going to appear at the end of those words. But not in this one, though. Although it could have 2 Y's in it. But not coyly, because there's no oi, no o. But I don't think it has a Y in it, which means it's somewhere else. Let's see, what else do we know? There's a B. Huh. Okay. I almost feel there's going to be 2 L's here. L-L-Y. And then it's going to be something like Sally or something like that. Because there's a bunch of L's to place as well. Now let's just risk it. Okay, it was not there. But... oof, now I've got nothing. Now I got nothing. All right, let's figure out. Let's just randomly move some things around here. We'll figure it out eventually. This B has to be somewhere. I think it's got to be there. And I think this word is going to be libel, perhaps. No, not libel. Let's see. Bottom could be slyly. No, that's not weird. I was thinking it did have that. I like that, actually. Okay, so, and then this word would also end in Y. Actually, that makes sense. So if the L turns green, yeah, okay. So the only question is, which Y do I want to move? I guess there's 2 Y's. It's got to have to be slyly. And that's good because we have an S. All right. Yeah, I was thinking of coyly or something like that, but slyly does work better. It's one of those 5-letter words you get in the dictionary there. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Is it INKE something? Incur? No. Because K's got to go somewhere. And also we have some V's. We still have a Y, another Y to place. And let's see this one here. Something BR. Oh, something, but not an O, RY. And what are the available? It could be an A. So this could be library. Okay. The middle one, top to bottom. What do you guys think? Library? Let's go for it. So this, if that's true, this A will turn green. And if we move this L, it will also turn green. And if we move this I over there, it should also turn green. Okay, we're moving forward. Probably we might get our par of 17 today, but who knows? Might be an 18 day. Let's see. Now this here, IB. Okay, all right. Now we have this I something, LA something. The T and the O are not there. But it could be it could be inlay, INLAY. Let's see. If that's true, this Y will turn green. And if I move this N over there, this N will turn green. Okay, those are all good. So where are we? Now, and again, once they're green, we don't have to worry about them. So it gets easier. IBE. I mean, it could just be vibe, VIBE, and then this will be an occupied spot. I kind of think so. Let's just try it. Put the V there, turn green. So it's vibe. There's no other letter there. This O is gonna vacate at some point. And presumably these 2 areas. This Fox will stay there. But I don't know where the O is. Okay, and then this this is invests, right? Because there's another S. Yeah, in fact, the fact that this S is yellow on this row means it has to go on the row. So it's got to go there. And then this R is not there, but that's okay because the T can go there. And then we got, for the last word, it's going to be spark. So yeah, there's no other ways. We go spar and then, okay, but then we have the O to place, which is going to be placed, I guess here to make okay, if that's sort of a word. All right, 18 moves. That was okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. Again, it is what it is. I prefer 17, but 18 I accept. All right, moving on with the big brain games. Today's next big brain game is the Connections, New York Times. Let's just get on with it. I do enjoy the Connections. It's kind of something to vibe out with. All right, we get 16 words and or short phrases. In this case, words, and we got to group them into groups of 4, but we don't know what the affinity is. But we do know that there's often wordplay and misdirection. Let's call it. All right, let's read all these words out, and see if we get anything that calls out for a group of 4. Popular, period, cross, stamp, span, psalm, pass, Ryan, lanyard, stretch, reacher, marple, fair, interval, wristband, and Bosch. Some of these seem like Reacher, Bosch, Jack Ryan are characters. Are characters in in shows, but I don't know who the 4th would be. But I'm pretty sure Reacher, Ryan, and Bosch are linked. Maybe it's Marple, but I don't know for sure. Miss Marple, right? Jack Ryan from The Thing. Bosch is a character, and Jack Reacher. Yeah, but is Ryan right? Now I'm thinking about Ryan. Reacher, Marple, Bosch. I'm going to wait on this for a second. I also see things like a lanyard, a wristband, a stamp, and a pass. are all things you use to get in and out of an event. And I don't think anything else. So I'm going to go with these. Yeah, credentials for entry. That was the easiest, the green one. That's the easiest one, but that's fine. It didn't get rid of what I was, the Marple Bosch Reacher, and I might be cross. I'm not sure if it's Ryan. That's the third. Pretty sure Reacher, Marple, and Bosch are together, but now I'm not sure whether the other ones are. Let's see. Let's see. A period, an interval, a span, and a stretch. That's gotta be units of like time distances, time units, durations. Okay. Now we're catching it down here. Psalm, popular, Reacher, Marple, Fair, Ryan, Cross, and Bosch. All right. Well, at this point, I want to try Reacher, Marple, Bosch, and Ryan. Let's just try it. It was one away. Oof. But which one? Wonder if we can figure out what the other thing is. Ryan. It might be something like wordplay, like Psalm. Psalm has a silent cross. Popular. Or it could be a preceding or antecedent word, which is, a word that comes before all four of the target words or after all four of the target words. We were off by one with Bosch, Marple, Reacher, and Ryan, but I don't know about Ryan. Jack Reacher, Miss Marshall. I don't know the guy's first name. So I think Bosch. Is it Cross? Is the Cross the name of a character? Let's just try it. We might get cut. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one for me. Cause I hate that when that happens, when you do something different and it's. Yeah, I think Cross is a character, and Ryan is a character. Marple is a character, and Reacher is a character, right? Alex Cross is a character. Maybe, but no, Bosch is definitely a character. And yeah, well, Psalm, right? These are throwing these, but so yeah, we figure out what the connection is here. I want to think about this a little bit more. What the other thing would be if it's not? It's definitely characters. I just don't know which ones for sure it is because we know we did it twice, and Reacher, Bosch, and Marple are probably maybe not Marple. But yeah, I don't get the connection between Psalm, Fair, Popular, and which is the other three that we didn't do. If we can figure out that, fair deal, popular deal. Yeah, this is a hard one. Well, we may not get it today. I mean, even though we've got the two out of the two. Yeah, okay. So okay, well that's actually useful. Marple is a detective and Cross is a detective. Bosch is a detective. But Jack Reacher is not really a detective. So maybe it's these four. One away. Well, we'll just have to see what it is. Or is Bosch not the yeah, let's just see what it is. Next time. Crime series are Bosch, Cross, Reacher, and Ryan, which I thought we tried. Okay, yeah, no, we had Marple in all of them. Hold on a second. Let's go back to the puzzle. I put Marple. Okay, it's trees plus a letter. Once you see it, it's obvious. But yeah, you got the Marple is maple. The fair is fir. The popular is a poplar. And the psalm is a palm. Those are hard though. You know what I mean? If we'd gotten that, we would have got that. But those ones where they add a letter and you're like completely clueless, and then you see it, that would have been hard to guess. But Bosch, Cross, Reacher, and Ryan, they were crime series. But the problem was, and they do this, they put Marple in there. They did that intentionally. I told you it's misdirection. I told you. Misdirection. And we were not, it's fine. What are they going to do? Sue me? Because I failed. It's not even keeping this. Okay, we got one more game to go. I feel okay about that, but I think we can do better next time, i.e. Wednesday. I'll play it tomorrow, but not on the stream. All right, looks like this is the Octurnal Rescue. Let's see what we got. AGER, but you think that's going to be easy, but it could be Wager, could be Rager, RAGER, or it could be Eager, EAGER. There's a lot of things that could be. Sadly, this one here, OVER. Okay, that's could be a little easier because it could be. Can't be cover. Could be lover or rover. Jeez, we're not getting a lot of luck today. That's a K, and we don't have a UI anywhere. All right. Well, let's try lover. Yeah, see, we already got no luck here. Oh, now we know it's logger, though. That told us what that word was. We get one word today. Yeah. But that's why, again, I like the connections puzzle because we don't get it every time. If I got it every single time, it would be too easy. They should make it harder. And they do. They make it harder by doing things like throwing in Marple even when it's not one of the ones. And she effectively is a crime series protagonist. All right, it's not lover. It could be, okay, we could be a lot of things. What about this one here? There's an S. It's not the beginning. What could that be? Brash. I'm going to guess brash. It was close. That was close. Yeah, well, you're right. It said that. It said modern detectives, but we didn't know that because we didn't know the connections until we have to come up with it. All right, we're not going to win this one. Let's see how many we can get though. BA. That this one has to be based. Okay, at least we're starting to get places where we get the word is spelled out effectively. This one here, BRAS, could have been brass, right? BRASS. That's the only other word it can be. Now we know not much else. Look at this, we got nothing up there. This word was, okay, now we know there's an H in there. There's an R and H. And then there's, okay, no, there could be another. Could be Harry. Hardy. Oh my God. Wow, this is a hard one today. Oh no, it could have been Hardy. Harry. I'm not even looking. At this point, I just wanted it to be over. I just want the whole day to be over. That's fine. We'll do better tomorrow. At least we know. Let's see. G. Could this be Giddy? Giddy on the upper left there. So close, except we didn't get 3. So yeah, that was pretty bad. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm gonna play another one just to because that wasn't good. We'll play the extreme, just because I can play as many as I want. And then it's gonna be a short break, and then I'm bringing my bass out to play Rocksmith bass, by the way, including some brand new songs I've never tried to play before. That should be kind of interesting, for me at least. Let me put it that way. This could be Toner there, right? Toner. It's a lot easier. Youth, Youth, because it's all about having good starting words. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what I bought, but I know I got some. They're familiar songs. This one could be Satin. Could be a couple of other things, I think, right? But it could be Satin. I know about some Green Day songs. This could be Scoop. This could be it's kind of U. It could be Quark, Quark. It probably isn't. It was. Let's see what else we got here. This word here, all we know has an A and an M. Could be Gamma, because we haven't used the G. And it could just have a bunch of M's in it. Oh, Magma. Yeah, that's fine. We have extra guesses. It couldn't have been Gamma. Oh, no, it could have been Gamma. Sorry. But it could have been Magma. All right. And we have another word that ends with OGMA. Dogma. Which is a movie I just saw again Saturday night. All right. What's the last word? Okay, now we know it's G, O, O. And then something Y. It's got to be Goofy because all the other words are taken. All right, that's it for the Big Brain Games, though. It is what it is. There's our connections that we failed. Trees plus a letter. Modern crime series protagonist. Yeah. Marple was not a modern crime series protagonist. All right, fine, New York Times. You got me. You got us. All right, moving to the music category first before I forget. I did forget. Actually, I want to be in the Rocksmith category. There's a reason. There's a reason I want to do the Rocksmith category. It's so that my VOD isn't saved. It's a copyright issue. It's no big deal. So now automatically, since it sees me being in the Rocksmith category, it won't save the VOD to Twitch. If you want to see this show, it'll be completely available on YouTube. They don't delete anything. And that's where most people I recommend will want to. Okay, here's my mid-roll. We'll see you on the other side. right, welcome. We're in the musical category again, once again with the Rocksmith category. And I've got my bass plugged in. It's plugged in via the Ubisoft cable. It's a special cable that you plug right into your computer by the old USB, any old USB port. And then the computer can hear what you're playing on the bass and tell you if you're doing right. Let's get over to the Rocksmith screen here. So I downloaded some new content, and I'm going to look for it. It's not very well organized here. Well, I'll be able to tell if it's new content or not. If it's not new, it'll say download, but it's easy to see on the left side. So I guess I do have some Green Day, right? Not some good one, but I got some new Green Day. Let's see. Did I just get this one? I don't think so. No. This one I've got. I don't know that one very well, though. We'll try a different one. Might just randomly. These are relatively new. I like reviewing that one. Let's see. That's pretty new. Oh, yeah. Drive. Drive by Incubus. Just got it. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Switch into bass. So as high as it gets. It's on active bass. All right, and then I'm already gonna do it. I really hate trying the mediocre difficulty levels. I would rather, have fail at the highest difficulty level than have it skip right. Yeah, this is gonna be hard, but that's fine. All right, so let's restart it. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to having a good time, at least. The first time I tried it. Okay, that's 12. think I could pick that up. I have to do it a few times. Hey, thanks for coming by. The first time chatters here. How you guys doing? Good to see ya. Trying this. I know I played the Drive 8,000 times on the guitar and singing. I do that as well. I never tried playing on a bass though, and it's different, a little different than I thought. I've never really even listened to the bass part, but now I can learn it. All right, so I do this one all the time. This is a new one. I mean, new to me. I've never tried it before, but it's a great song. You know, it's 90s, I think. I don't think it's super fast. Again, we're gonna do the thing that we kind of have to do for every song now, which is the first time you do it, you set it to the maximum difficulties. All right, let's actually just restart this here. Okay, a little Diet Coke. Oh.
Hanging around downtown by myself, and I had so much time to sit down and think about myself, and then there she was, like double cherry pie. Yeah, there she was, like disco superfly. I smell sexy, candy hair. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah, yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Dig it. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine, and I was thinking about myself, and then there she was, in platform double suede. Yeah, there she was, like disco lemonade. I smell sexy, candy hair. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah, yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. I smell sex and candy hair. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Dig it. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah, yeah, mama, this must be my dream.
Okay, we'll learn that one some point. First time, what, 80%? There's no point in doing the easier version of this. It's not a hard song. Wish they would figure it. It's the only problem at the game. Yeah, first time through 91 point. Again, I can do better at some point in the future. Let's do some of these other ones. Is this new? No. No, I've had that one for a while. Let's see. Have I done this one? Yeah, I've done this one. It's hard too. I just want to do some of the new ones. Here's one I've never done before. 0% on bass. Let's see how we do. Oh, Green Day is one of my favorite bands. So I certainly know the song. Okay, oh, look how long that intro is. Oof. All right, well, let's just deal with this here. So the bass doesn't come in until a third of the way song. But there you go. Okay. At least you only have to do this once. See, what it's doing there is it's doing from there. But we'll listen to the intro. Why not? I'll enjoy some Diet Coke. But I can see if you wanted to, you could skip to just where the bass comes in pretty easily. Using the riff repeater feature. But that color at the top, when it's all purple like that, means it's set to the hardest difficulty level, and it's probably is going to be really hard. As in a lot of notes. But we gotta listen to a third of the song first. And that's just the way it is.
Wake me up when September ends.
Unfortunately, I cannot sing their songs. I don't do it for the karaoke because they're used to it.
Like my father's come to pass.
I think even he just has trouble getting side notes.
Has gone so fast. Wake me up
Great song.
when September ends.
It shouldn't be too hard. It's one of their slower songs, right? It's not a
Comes
shredder.
the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are.
Oh, yeah.
As my memory rests, but never forgets what I lost. Wake me up
So high.
when September ends.
I guess this is a disadvantage of this song that I didn't think about when I bought it.
Summer has come about.
Eventually there will be bass. I have a feeling.
Can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Ring out the bells again, like we did when spring began. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never forgets what I lost. Wake me up when September ends.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but the challenge is sitting up with the old hit intro, which you don't have to
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass. 20 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Wake me up when September ends. Wake me up when September ends.
All right, fun song. Except for the very long introduction. First time trying playing it. I got a few of the notes. Calm down, people. Plus, it's got this outro. A lot of songs kind of do that long. Yeah, it's not too bad. 70, 80. I mean, the first time I tried 82%. I think I can obviously do a lot better. But yeah, that's at least I know what the hardest ones are. Okay, then we have another one. 20. This also, let's find out. Don't know, never tried it before, but this, I don't think there'll be quite as long an intro for the bass. There is a bass free part. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing we do every single time, which is before we run it through, rather than just doing half the notes, or 40% of the notes, we'll do 100% of the notes. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, again, this does have a long intro, but let's listen to it the first time at least. And enjoy our Diet Coke. Go to the store, buy some Diet Coke, please. Tell Ken Schneider sent you. Not all the songs I got were Green Day songs, though. There's a few others I haven't seen yet.
Do you know what's worth fighting for when it's not worth dying for? Does it take your breath away and you feel yourself suffocating? Does the pain weigh out the pride and you look for a place to hide? Did someone break your heart inside? You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. You and
That's a fun bass line.
when you're at the end of the road and you lost all sense of control and your thoughts have taken their toll, when your mind breaks the spirit of your soul, your faith walks on broken glass and the hangover doesn't pass. Nothing's ever built to last. You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. You and I. Did you try to live on your own when you burned down the house at home? Did you stand too
Really good bass
close
line.
to the fire like a lion looking for forgiveness from the storm?
This is a highly recommended track for the bass. It's got some really unique kind of moves, but it's actually kind of iconic bass line.
When it's time to live and let die,
I'll definitely be enjoying.
and you
getting-
can't
practicing
get
on this one.
another try, something inside this heart has died. You're in ruins.
Yeah, they're more ballad songs are the better, the ones that are more like this one.
21 guns, lay down your
fun song. That one, I mean, no matter what I score, I definitely got my money's worth. I'll get my money's worth out of it. It is one of my faves. And again, it's not that fast. And I think, you know, now that I have seen it, I can definitely improve the 87%. All right, there's a few more here that are in the brand new category. For example, this is going to be a fast one. Let's dive in, though. Never done it. See, 0%. This is going to be hard. I have a feeling, in fact, let's just see how it goes. That was a Green Day pack. Anyway, as mentioned before, it starts you at a very easy level. It's fine, but I might as well see what the hardest level is going to be. All right, let's restart this, actually. Oh, geez. Hey, if I don't get all the notes, it's fine. It's certainly the first time through. Great.
Here tonight, you can see I'm in no shape for driving. And anyway, I've got no place to go. It's you know it might not be that bad. You were the best I'd ever had. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, it may not be love. Tomorrow we can drive around this town. Let the cops chase us around. Past is gone, but something might be found. Jealousy, hey jealousy, hey jealousy. But you can trust me not to think and not to sleep around. And if you don't expect too much from me, you might not be let down. 'Cause all I really wants to be with you, feeling like I matter too. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, might be here with you. Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Past is gone, something might be found to take its place. Hey, jealousy. Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Past is gone, something might be found to take its place. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Well, tell me, do you think it'd be alright if I could just crash here tonight? You can see I'm in no shape for driving. And anyway, I've got no place to go. Yet you know it might not be that bad. You were the best I'd ever had. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, it may not be love. Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Past is gone, but something might be found to take its place. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Listen to my heart. Well, there's only one thing I can start.
Flare at the end. Didn't know that one. Cool, though. First time through. I do love that song. Gin Blossoms. I'll have to practice that one, but still, first time through 94% at the hardest level. Oh, no, I think I did say it. Right, I did. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. We got a few more that are brand new, I think, or new to me. Yes. Well, I don't. My left hand gets tired before I write down. It does, but it has a lot of notes. Is this one new? Yeah, this is new. I mean, not a new song, obviously extremely old song, but a new in that I just purchased it. Oh, it's in drop D. All right, that's fine. Okay, so you only drop the D, and the others stay A. Interesting. I've never played drop D on the bass. On the guitar, I play drop D quite a bit. Oh, so we're gonna do the riff changer. I have a feeling, I don't know if this is a fast song or not, but there's no point in doing the easiest little difficulty level, honestly. Okay, and again, I want to restart the song. It's an opening, so we might as well listen to it. I don't want to just dive into it. This may be fast because it's pretty fast bass line if I remember correctly. I've never tried it. It's really hard to tell. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm gonna have to practice that one. I had a feeling it was like one of those crazy ones. I'll practice it and get it at some point. But I want to try other ones, which I think I could probably do some numbers of. Something. I did a bunch of these. This is also. We'll have to retune for this one. Let me see if I did any others I downloaded. That's a new one though. Did I just get this one? No, that one I've had. Let's see, that one I've had. Oh yeah, this one. This is another one that's going to have a long intro, but I have to retune. That's fine. Oh yeah, same thing I do. Yeah, a long intro. That's fine. I don't care. Okay, we're gonna do this once. That's probably it for the day's stream, though. About an hour and 43 minutes in. It's long for a long-ish for a Monday stream. Oh yeah, it's got that little weird thing in it. Like, what happened to my music? It's correct. It's just as long as the other one.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
So, worth it. I'm sure I'll get plenty of use out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that riff repeater from that previous song. Eventually, you can figure it out. Okay, first time through, 98%. First time through. All right, have we done Peaches? No, we haven't done Peaches. That's the last song. I just bought this. I love Peaches. I do it as a a lounge song. We got to drop it all down to D flat though. When you into the bass, one bass just for detuning. I don't mind. It's a lot more efficient with this. In tune. Sounds terrible, but well, that goes with the song. All right, now we got to do the riff repeater. Set her 100%. I don't really care. I don't think this one will be that hard, but we'll see. All right, then we start. There's a bit of an intro. Restart. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there we go. Is this what doing what I want?
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown. And if I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day. Sun-soaking bulges in the shade. Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. I took a little nap with a loose old twist, squished a rotten peach in my fist, and dreamed about you, woman. I pulled my finger down inside, make a little room for an ant to hide. Nature's candy in my hand, or can, or pie.
Oh, that was first one. there you are. See you.
Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free.
It's really fun. I recommend it if anybody. 17 hours, but this is I wasn't able to get out of this thing here. By the way, of course I remember everything's good. Sorry you haven't just don't worry about it. Of course I remember you very well. We had a great time at TwitchCon. I love that song. If anybody is listening here, who's by the way, I'm on Twitch and on YouTube. People might be watching on YouTube. Little Bean 310 is a fantastic streamer. She's a gamer. Got to hang out and to talk quite a bit with her at TwitchCon, and I remember we exchanged follows there. So you've been following. And I've been following you, so it's been fun to see you stream. Watch people you meet, at TwitchCon. You're like, oh, I get to watch them stream. But anyway, if anybody is asking, I'm kind of end with the show today, but if anybody's asking, like a great way to learn a musical instrument, I mean, they might have played like Guitar Hero or something like that and used the plastic guitar. I've got a bunch of those, by the way. But this is a way you can learn to play guitar or bass, but especially bass, using your computer and playing back these songs, and you kind of learn to read these those musical runways they call them or whatever, and you play along with them, and you can learn. I got a million songs. You can buy new songs, but in general, I play a lot of musical instruments, but in general, people have not really played a lot of piano and guitar like I had. I think it's easy to pick up the bass. It's easier. I mean, you're only playing one note at a time. This has a lot of distortion in it.
Learn a song.
You can't really hear it. But anyway, so you can I bought this bass and within a year, acoustic guitar is actually where a lot of people start. I have acoustic. I started on the acoustic guitar, but I was a kid. I was 12, and picking out the basic chords. But now I'm mainly a. Let me show you here. I play a lot of electric guitar too. Check out this beauty here. This is one of my electrics here. So I'll play. This is. I got this pretty recently. It's not a brand name or anything, but I have a bunch of guitars and. It is a really good looking one though. It's got this really great color scheme. You can kind of see how it's got this depth to the color scheme. It's very nice. I mean, it's a cheap guitar. It's a cheap guitar, but I enjoy it. I love playing guitar, so I play every day. Yeah, they don't make Guitar Hero controllers anymore, so you can get them, but they're basically somebody found them, and there are people who make them or will rebuild them. They'll take them and they'll put a new 3D printed body. So you could spend a couple $100s on a good quality Guitar Hero clone controller. I have two, and I think they both work. And they were for the Xbox, 360 in the Xbox 360 days. Used to shred on Guitar Hero. I have it right. I used to do. I know some people who stream Guitar Hero. And have a good time. But what I do is actually play the guitar on stream, on the guitar days, which will be Wednesday. So I'll probably play this guitar Wednesday. Yeah, this guitar has got a lot of great features to it. I mean, it's just really a quality piece, considering they sell these inexpensively. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a few around there somewhere. The controllers. Yeah, no, I had a lot. I know I had one, and then I don't know what happened to it. And then I needed to get another one, so I bought another one from eBay. And I think at that time it was only like $80 or $90. I'll show you. Oh, I thought I put it. Oh, it's right here. In my opinion, this is one of the ones that's harder to find. It's the Fender. It's the official Fender Stratocaster Guitar Hero controller with the plastic things. You got that. It bends up here, and it is wireless and it works. And I have adapter for it, so I can play Clone Hero with it. But once you have the real thing, it's kind of it's kind of meh. But I have friends who like to come over and play Guitar Hero. Clone Hero. Do play Clone Hero, so it's it's still a thing. It's still a thing. You know, Clone Hero it's free effectively on the PC. The program is free, and then you find a place to download all the songs that you need, hundreds and hundreds of songs. Anyway, I had such a great time. Thanks for stopping in, Lil Bean. It's really great to see Hobie came in, Science came in. A lot of my regular viewers came in to say hi, and I always appreciate that. They're wearing my TwitchCon shirt. So this is actually Las Vegas 2022, though. They did not have a nice TwitchCon patterned black T-shirt this year at the TwitchCon, and I'm still sore about it. Dang it! Got a little bit of Diet Coke left. It's kind of brown. It's not very effervescent. There's still a little bit of ice. I imagine it's got to be cool. Let's find out. Diet Coke. That's exactly what you expect every single time. All right, well, I got to run, but yeah, Rocksmith bass. Oh yeah, I've tried plugging into my guitar, by the way. I'm so glad you did. I try to be very consistent, 5 days a week, at roughly around 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, I don't know what time zone you're in. Yeah, I Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days a week. Just if the day does not include a T in the beginning, because I'm working. Obviously, I work tomorrow. I'll be at the office, so it won't really be possible. But today I'm working at home, so I worked in the morning at home. Then I take my break where I stream, and then I go back to the old software engineering job, and which I love. It's not very hard or anything. It's not hard. It's fun, and that's my Monday. So yeah, I'll be back Wednesday, and then as I say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And again, we train. We always do flight simulator stuff, but the music stuff kind of rotates around. And so we did piano day yesterday. Today's bass day, and then that'd be fantastic. Anyway, I'm gonna do my little outro, which is me doing the following. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so. And if you're ever streaming, Little Bean, I can raid you. You know what I mean? Say so long, bye everybody. See you next time.